not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
So it sounds like he might have a point here. It seems that corruption is one of these things that if the financial gains from the corruption is not spread evenly, it's going to cause a lot of infighting and a lot of chaos, because that is exactly what's going on in MAGA world. Now, there's a lot of MAGA infighting going on. Now, I'm going to play this one video. This is Tucker Carlson being interviewed by Megyn Kelly. And one of the things you're going to notice is Megyn Kelly will try her best to trigger Tucker Carlson. Let's play this video. And this is actually Tucker Carlson defending himself from being attacked by Ben Shapiro. Whoa, what's going on in Magaland? Let's play this.
I have been attacked as a tool of Iran. I'm a freaking Episcopalian. I am not Shiite as a tool of Qatar, who's like one of our closest allies in the world. The largest American air base in the Middle East is in Qatar. They're a close ally of ours. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're taking Qatari money. I've never taken a dollar from any government. I mean, are you joking? And these are people who are acting on behalf of a foreign government, telling me that I'm unpatriotic. And I try not to get like crazy angry about it, but it's hard because you see these people, you know, Ben Shapiro or these shills like come out and like attack you personally because
he was on the he was bashing you just this week.
But it's what's so infuriating is like I'm 56 in 2 weeks, so I've watched this. I was in Iraq. Like I'm not an expert on anything, and I would never claim expertise. I try not to claim expertise I don't have. But just I have a good memory, and I was there for a lot of this stuff, and I have unresolved rage for the reasons I just explained. No one's apologized, no one's repented, no one's changed, and so to attack me is I'm selling out my country, which is the only thing I care about. I don't have another passport. I have no plans to go anywhere. I could certainly afford to move some other country. I'm not. I live directly across from my parents' grave and I'm never leaving. So to attack me as a shill for another country, when you yourself are shilling for another country, it's almost too much for my tiny brain to deal with, actually. How much better it would be if someone like Ben Shapiro, who's smart, and I don't think Ben Shapiro is like evil, I'm not attacking him as a person, but how much better would it be if he could just sit and say, okay, here's what I think would happen.
You know what? I have enough for listening to that guy. You know what? I love these so-called alpha male who spend years sitting on TV just spewing a lot of foolishness, and now they want to cry like baby. Now, this is Ben Shapiro. He's going after dear old leader in this one. In this one, he's talking about dear old leader Donald Trump foreign policy. Let's play this.
Comes to, for example, an intransigent enemy who's already at war with a third-party country with whom we are allied, then actually unpredictability and mess in the system leads to perception of weakness.
But that's all I've been saying all along. That's all I've been saying all along. All this gestural politics and this belligerent rhetoric and this bellicose attitude and language is leading to, it's very ineffective. At a minimum, it's very ineffective. Let's play this one video. Now, Donald Trump being his friends at Walmart, at the Wall Street gave him a nickname. His friends at Wall Street gave him a nickname. Now let's play this video because he's being called out on that. Now Donald Trump is actually down real bad. Let's play this.
A term called the taco trade. They're saying Trump always chickens out on your tariff threats, and that's why markets are higher this week. What's your response to that?
I kick out?
Chicken out.
Oh, isn't that nice? Chicken out. I've never heard that. You mean because I reduced China from 145% that I set down to 100 and then down to another number? And I said you have to open up your whole country, and because I gave the European Union a 50% tax tariff, and they called up and they said, please, let's meet right now. Please, let's meet right now. And I said, okay, I'll give you till July 9. I actually asked them, I said, what's the date? Because they weren't willing to meet. And after I did what I did, they said, we'll meet anytime you want.
And that's really all I've been saying from day one. I've been saying that all this gestural politics is just making them look like, look. And now the man that always number one when it comes to giving out nickname. No, he got his own nickname. And I don't believe he's going to be able to shake that one. Now, let's play this. This is Ben Shapiro. He's really digging in deep. He's going after the corruption, I guess. Let's play this.
The Trump administration is now preparing to accept a super luxury Boeing 747-8 jumbo jet from the royal family of Qatar. It is a $400 million gift available for use by President Trump as new Air Force One until shortly before he leaves office, at which time, according to the deal, the plane doesn't stay with the United States government. It then moves to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation, taking sacks of goodies from people who support Hamas, the Muslim Brotherhood, Al Jazeera, all the rest. That's not America first. Like, please define America first in a way that says you should take sacks of cash from the Qatari royals who are behind Al Jazeera. It just isn't America first in any conceivable way. So back to the original question. Is this good for President Trump? Is it good for his agenda? Is it good for draining the swamp and getting things done? The answer is no, it isn't. It isn't. If you want President Trump to succeed, this kind of skeezy stuff needs to stop.
He's right, you know.
Man, look at that. Ben Shapiro is starting to sound like a dirty liberal. I can't believe that. He's even going after the Trump family. Let's play this. This is crazy.
That Donald Trump Jr. is connected to are making an enormous amount of money during this period of time when his father is president, which raises awkward questions, certainly, about Trump administration policy, ranging from Trump meme coin to World Liberty Financial to gigantic real estate deals in Qatar. None of this is an amazingly good look. This administration is doing too many important, I'll say it again. This administration is doing too many important things.
No, I disagree with that part. That's where he lost me. He was doing good, but I disagree with that part. Now, Don Jr. now on his Qatar tour, trying to get all the gifts that he can, says this about running for president. Let's play it.
After President Trump steps down, would you consider picking up the reins? Would you run for office?
Here we go. Well, oh boy. Well, it's an honor to be asked and an honor to see that some people are okay with it.
Those are just our friends.
Yeah,
in the front
that's
row,
probably
by the
just
way.
a couple people
like
we know.
Team.
Those are the
three
tickets
people
we got.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
You never know. Right now, this has been my focus. I think it's not just about government. It's also about, the business sector doing that. I think when we saw, again, the woke ideology that has taken over corporate America for the last, decade or so, being on the forefront of combating that insanity, I think is fundamentally.
You know what? I can't take no more of this guy. I really, the audacity of that guy right there. Now, let's play this because Ben Shapiro is not having none of it. Let's see what he has to say about that.
In fact, a good look. I'm just going to put it out there right now. No. Okay, dynasties are un-American. They are not good. Okay, George W., after George H.W., was not great for the country. The idea of Michelle Obama for Barack Obama, not great for the country. The idea of Hillary Clinton for Bill Clinton, not great for the country. No. Okay, we elected Donald Trump for a reason, but connection with President Trump's name does not mean that you should be president of the United States.
He's right, you know.
I agree with him on that one. No, you know what? This guy is turning around. Now he's starting to see the vast amount of corruption and just the fact that these guys are not effective at all. Now, that's all I got, man. HRTV, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. HRTV, we out.
Okay, guess we doing just fine. Said I'm not